my pleasure now to introduce Mary Crock with a word of thanks to all of you.
Thank you very much. My name is Mary Crock. I'm a professor of law at Sydney Law School, just down the road. I would also like to pay my respects to the Gadigal elders, on whose land we meet tonight. In fact, this is an area, always was, always will be Indigenous land, but it's an area that always has been an area of great learning and education. And my university, where I teach, is situated on grounds where Indigenous people met for many, many years. And it absolutely is next door to where we are today as well. I am a member of the Board of Affinity, and I am a member because I believe in what they're doing. What a treat tonight. What an intelligent, thought-provoking and inspiring and very informative evening that we've had. And the questions were superb, each one of them. The last question was on my lips as well, listening to you thinking, well, you sound like a convert. Yeah. And maybe that is why we are all in the room together, because I feel like one too. I was raised Catholic. Sometimes I question my faith and the background that has produced me, and yet the values that I hold that absolutely define me clearly come from where I've come from. One of the things that fascinates me, I think, about tonight, I have spent some time, not very much time, in Turkey. I was there in 2014, 2015, doing research into refugees with disabilities with my husband, Ron McCallum, former Dean of Sydney Law School, is also with me tonight, and we are partners in a lot of escapades together. But this is where I was first introduced to the amazing contrasts in Turkey between the violence of the fundamentalism that is growing and has grown since we were there. We were on the border. I am actually very lucky still to be here. When I came home, my law school told me that I should not do what I'd done again because we got into such dangerous situations. And yet this country has produced such an amazing man of peace. It completely defines, I think, a lot of what holds us together and brings us together tonight. So I can't add to this excellent dialogue that we've had tonight. My task is to call upon the Honourable Barry Unsworth, fellow board member, former Premier of this state, New South Wales, and to ask him to join me in thanking Professor Michael Quinlan and Notre Dame University. I tried really hard to get a room at Sydney University, but it's term time and there was literally no room to be had that could hold a crowd like you, this big. And Barry's got to thank also John Cleary, our marvellous colleague on the board, and of course Dr Jon Pahl. It's been a real privilege to be here tonight. Okay, so... Okay, if I could ask Professor Quinlan to come up first. Very good.
John, Uncle
And
John.
now,
Uncle John.
if we could ask Uncle John to come up, please. Yeah. Sorry,
sign that says "To John's no waiting."
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
And may I also, on behalf of everybody here, thank our wonderful Ahmed Scholar.